ADR, this is King Black again. In this video I'm going to talk about some of the things I've given up being a Latin King. As I stated before, I've been in the Latin Kings for a few years now. One of the major things I sacrificed or lost being a king is my education. Back in my early days when I was, all about that gang banging, all about that making a name for myself, I wasn't thinking maturely. I was immature at that time. Instead of concentrating on the school and leaving all the business and politics outside of school, I brought that shit into school. We had some Bloods and Crips and all that, and I had a problem with the 8-ball Crip in my high school at the time. And instead of letting things go, or instead of just brushing that off my shoulder, because when it all comes down to it, he never laid hands on me. It was just words. But I heard he was saying that I wasn't shit or whatever, and a couple days later I confronted him about it. I told his ass that I was going to beat his ass after school for talking shit. Don't be putting down Latin Kings and all that. Apparently, this was during lunchtime when I told him this. I got to my next class, which was a JROTC class, and that's when the vice principal came in and got me out of class. And there was an accusation going around saying that I pulled a knife on this cat. Now, I never had a knife in school, and I ain't stupid enough to bring a knife to school and do that shit. Because nowadays, they don't play with that. Cops get called, you get sent to jail. Plus, to me, being a gangster and being a man, you should be able to talk with the fist. Why do I need a weapon for if it's just me against him? If I'm not strong enough to beat his ass, well, then I deserve to get my ass beat. If I'm looking for trouble. But anyways, they put the whole school on lockdown, and they had like 6 cop cars show up trying to find this knife, and they found out about me being a Latin King, and that's when, everybody started squealing. The kid that, they weren't even concerned with the Crip that I had the problem with, they were concerned about me. Saying that we don't want any of this gang problems in school, even though there was Crips in the school and Bloods and they knew about that. All of a sudden it all became about me. And I was only 15 years old at the time. So because of that, I got expelled from that school. And it was already too late into the school year that when I tried to go to a different school, I wasn't able to get in. So because of all that, I got my GED. I just said, forget high school. I was supposed to graduate when I was 17, but because of the way things turned out, I was going to graduate when I was 18, and I felt like I let my family down. I felt like I let a lot of people down, so I just said, forget it. I'm going to just go for my GED. And at age 17, I got my GED because of that. Another thing that I lost was all family support. My family will always be the Latin Kings, but my biological family, they didn't like me being in it. They didn't see any good coming out of it. They thought that that was the reason why I was skipping school and all that, when they failed to realize, the whole reason I began skipping school wasn't because of the Latin Kings or whatever. It was all because of my stepdad and the abuse I was going through at home. Latin Kings were bringing me out of that, giving me self-esteem, to have pride in my own self. Some other things I lost being king was some good homeboys, some good king brothers. All because of the gangbang mentality that we all have nowadays, especially the younger generation growing up, 16, 17, 18 years old. They want to make a name for themselves, and they think that the right way to do it is by taking somebody's life or doing something crazy. Instead of thinking ahead and saying, if I go out there and look for trouble without it coming to me first, these are the consequences of what's going to happen. Because in the long run, if I go out tonight right now without anybody fucking with me and I kill somebody or I kill a cripple, whatever, not only does that bring trouble for me if I would have gotten caught, but it brings trouble to the nation. You know, because who are they going to say they saw walking around over there? They're going to say that they saw Latin King walking around there, you know, right before the shooting happened, whatever. Then they're going to crack down on all of us, you know what I'm saying? And then, in one of the other videos, as I said before, we all want to go to sleep at night. We all want to get old. We all want to, you know, have our families and stuff. Another thing I lost being a king is I lost a lot of opportunities just because of the fact that I wouldn't denounce Latin Kings, you know. I lost a lot of opportunities for school. I lost a lot of opportunities for this and that because of that. However, it's not all negative though. This is just some of the things I've lost. I've lost a lot of homeboys. I've seen a lot of homegirls, a lot of Latin queens die too. But I've also gained a lot of things. But that will wait for the next video that I'm going to post up. Because I want to try and separate it, the bad from the good. Feel me? Alright, ADR, everybody stay up. Keep your guys safe. Stay safe. Don't do nothing crazy or stupid. You know, I know it's hard nowadays. No matter what, there's going to be drama. But little by little, I'm going to try to change the way some things will work in some places. You feel me? I can't change everything everywhere because it's never going to happen. There's always going to be the younger generation. There's always going to be people that don't want to do it my way, that don't want to do it the peaceful way, that don't see it the same way I do. You know, there's too much blood loss. You feel me? But I could try to make it as comfortable as possible for as many people as I can. As long as I can stop somebody from doing something stupid from going to jail, I feel like I saved their life, you know? Because yeah, they might get the respect from doing whatever they thought they did, you know, was worth it, until they're stuck for life behind bars, you know? Well, anyways, I'm going to stop this rambling shit, and then I'm going to start making my next video about the things I've actually gained from being king. So I'm more dead.